Hello, everyone. This is Waldorf.
This is Statler.
Had to pause for a minute. Battle Report 141. This time,
141.
Sorry, Orcs and Goblins versus the Vermin Swarm. I need the. It needs to be the Vermin Swarm. This is at the Games Tavern, the new store that opened in our area. So, we've got that going for us. We've got another place to play.
Another place to play and buy some things, and maybe the Vermin Shawarma.
Shawarma. So this was a practice game for Battlecry. Here's my list, same list I've been using for a while. That's due to change after, well, I guess you'll have at least one more practice game and the five tournament reports. Yeah. Other than that, after that, you'll see this changing.
Assuming you take pictures of all of them.
Assuming, yes. The Sunday morning game's up in the air. The Vermin Swarm, a tyrant with a general, vermin guard litter, heavy armor, paired weapon, tail weapon, hero's heart, death cheater. So this guy ends up with 7 strength 5 AP 3 attacks. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a nice build.
Plague Patriarch on a pendulum. He's an adept of occultism. Light armor, paired weapons, touch of greatness, and a basalt infusion. 725 points. Most of that's the Plague Pendulum.
Yeah,
I think 400 of it.
Not as excited about this guy.
A BSB chief with a great weapon, a scepter of vermin valor, so he can sit in the back, and he's got the rod of battle, the bound spell. 39 vermin guard with full command, and the banner of the endless swarm.
Needs one more spell.
What? Oh, the army.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he could fit in, and I'm sure he could fit in the magic heirloom to give him the default spell.
Yeah.
Would be helpful.
Yep.
25 Plague Brotherhood, full command and the Rending Banner. 31 slaves, 6 Vermin Hulk, 4 Vermin Hulks with a Thunder Hulk upgrade. A champion with a rotary gun, 485 points. Usually don't have points on here. Oh, because I copied this off his list for the Battlecry. 11 Plague Disciples, a rotary gun weapons team, a globe launcher weapons team, and an abomination. Yeah, I talked with him about this list, and he's not happy with a lot of things in this list. He's not happy with his lack of. He's like he said the same thing. It was spell short, and he also removed his 2 rat swarms. Which gives him almost no chaff.
Right.
I mean, gives him really no chaff in this army.
I think he's cut down on his shooting a little bit too.
And his shooting, I think, is down. But anyway.
Which is because he wants those vermin hulks to be in contact.
So there's our table.
There's a table. 2 hills, 2 woods.
2 hills, 2 woods, a building, an impassable, and a field.
Okay.
No fences to be seen. And I brought up my special trees for this one.
There could be a fence because there's a field.
There could be.
And there's a building.
And a building, so it would make sense. So off to his left, he's got his disciples. There you can see the Plague Pendulum, Abomination, and Vermin Guard, the big unit. And that's whatever that Plague Catapult thing hanging out behind it. And behind the Abomination, you can't see it, but there's a rotary gun.
Okay.
There's the big unit of Vermin Hulks. 6 of those. Unit of slaves and 4 ninja
yes.
Thunder Hulks with the rotary gun.
The Shadow Hulks.
Shadow Hulks. We'll go with that.
They're a Space Marine chapter, the Shadow Hulks.
And go to my side. You can see there's the 2 units of Boar Riders and the Wolf Riders all off on the far left. 20 crossbowmen with no crossbows, but that's been corrected.
Oh, okay. Have the base has been corrected too?
Yes.
All right.
You saw them the other night, didn't you? Anyway.
They were wiped out by the time I saw them.
Oh, you must have got there early.
Yeah.
The giant spider with his couple guys hiding behind him. Even though he's got limited shooting, I'd rather him not use that to kill off my Squig Nasher Hoppers.
Sure.
My Iron Orcs.
Nasher Roppers?
Yeah, Nasher Iron Orcs, and then the other guys, the Biggins. Ed Bashers. So I've got one git launcher here. There's another one on the right back down.
And you pulled your wallet out, so whoever wins,
That's a deck of
gets
cards.
the wallet.
It's a deck of cards over there, buddy.
That was like a wallet. Okay. Who set up first and who won all that kind of
We
stuff?
placed a few. We placed a few, and then I dropped.
Okay.
Once I saw where
And that's one objective in each.
it was the secure target where you drop one objective outside you, 12 inches outside your deployment zone.
Okay.
So I dropped this one here by the hill, and he responded with that one.
Okay.
Oh, there's my other one. It's not in the back corner. I played it forward because I wanted to be within 30 inches of stuff on the hill.
Okay.
That was the thought behind that. So there you have that. We did turn one, and this is turn one and Vanguard, I guess. So
Okay.
you can see the Boar Riders off to the left have moved forward. Spider, I think, pretty sure stayed where it was.
Yeah, it looks like you're left.
But the two blocks move forward.
Okay.
With the hoppers, with the Nashers along
You
with
came
them.
behind the.
The problem I'm having
Dynamix.
with this spider, and you'll see this in the next game a little bit more. Now that I put the flinger on it, I'm so tempted not to move it.
You didn't move it a lot before.
I didn't, but I'm moving it less now. So, cast off, get a Will-O-Wisp off on these guys, on the Plague Disciples. And I managed to one dice a Raven's Wing and get these moving off to the left a little
Okay.
bit. Other than that, everything was kind of, there you go.
Buffed your spider.
Use my spider with the movement.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I managed to misfire with one Git launcher. Managed to misfire or not fire with the other Git launcher.
You just missed.
But my crossbows thumped him good. Put 6 wounds on the rat ogres.
Okay.
Or the
Hulks.
vermin hulks, which is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous number of hits for toughness 5 guys. Anyway, just got extremely lucky.
That's what happens when you throw a lot of dice.
Yes.
These things can happen.
So the Abomination makes a massive move forward of 4 inches.
Okay.
This was, sorry.
Enough to block his guys.
Yeah, now that I think about the crossbows only did, I think, 4 wounds to this unit. The the web launcher actually put 2 wounds on him.
Okay.
And slowed him down. Anyway, so the Abomination rolled forward too. This is the litter, the Vermin Guard litter that's supposed to be on these 3 guys' backs. He hasn't finished it at this point, but wanted to prove he had it.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Well, I think in the previous game it was just the litter, so it was the guy was in a box.
Exactly, and it was, I think,
Yeah.
was it even
A magic box.
I don't think it was even was it even painted at that point?
I can't recall, but yeah.
Anyway. So that thing wandered forward just a bit. You can see that, which I'm thrilled with because that's plugged up his plague pendulum unit back there.
Yep.
There's a better picture of that. You know what? Now I'm thinking about it. I think why did I take a picture of that? He stopped that spell
Okay.
that I cast on them. The only thing I got off was this one.
Okay.
That's why I only have one of these cards out here, and
Okay.
he was able to back up with that unit. Sorry about that. And there he's just doing some measuring. He's rolled a 5 for the cards. And nothing major happened. And the creature was wandering by on the left.
I see that.
We go on to turn 2.
Maybe he stole the 2 tails on these 2 boars.
You know, he might have.
Yeah.
Bit them off.
Yeah.
Going on to turn 2. There's what it looks like. I've got no charges. My Wolf Riders came up here. They're out of arc of the Plague Disciples.
Okay.
And they're within 18 inches of a few things
So
here.
Reformed got blurry.
Reformed because they're still reforming.
Yeah.
I actually took this unit and the Boar Riders down here on the bottom of the screen. You can see I've also gone down to 3x3. I like that formation as they can fit into spots a little bit better.
Forming lance.
Forming a lance. So I've got the Deceptive Glamour off on the Rat Ogres of the Vermin Guard. Whatever. What are they? Vermin Hulks? Vermin Hulks. And I'm not sure what else I got another Raven's Wing off, I believe. Yes, and I moved the Boar Riders even further to the...
Okay.
Which was kind of a mistake. I should have been closer. I didn't want to get charged by the disciples.
Right.
But after thinking about it, I should have come closer so that if he wanted to charge me, he can and catch me all the way out there and then be out of the game for the rest of the time. But I was thinking going over here, get behind stuff. And after he reacted, the other thing was after he reacted to me moving to his flank on the first turn, I thought maybe he would react to it again and, continue to keep an eye on him. So
His turn.
And you can see he rolled 1 inch short of crashing into my
But he made up for some of his movement.
Cave Nasher, which makes up a bit for the first turn. Not, like I said, 1 inch further, and I would have been in big trouble on the first one. You can see I've also dropped the web launcher on this guy, on his this unit this turn, last turn.
Vermin Guard.
That's their minus. I thought that was. Maybe it's just a random die. Anyway, could have been a random die. And that was, and then you can see his disciples came forward,
around,
trying to lock me in there in front of him. Plague Furnace comes out around the corner, and everything kind of just moves up a bit, except for the Vermin Hulks in the back. So there you have that. And what do we got? That's the rest of his side. Those guys came up. Oh, both the Get launchers have fired and knocked off one of the guys in the big Shadow Warriors.
Okay.
That's why there's one missing there.
Good.
His war machines open up and manage to kill 2 Iron Orcs. I can take... That's a good trade for me.
Yes, you can take that all day.
Yes. If that's all he's going to be doing, I'm happy with that. So there you have it going into my turn 3. So...
Out come the arrows.
Yes, out come the arrows. So we'll start with the Cave Nasher here is going into the front. That is the guy with the cleansing light buff. The Spider wants to charge, and he's in the flank of the Abomination. So the Iron Orcs have to go. So both the Iron Orcs and...
Unless you charge with him first.
Unless you charge with what?
Him first.
Him?
Yeah.
Oh, and force him to wheel to me. That's a good point. Probably could have done that and left them where they were. So anyway, the Iron Orcs declared a charge on the Vermin Guard, as do the Ed Bashers.
Okay.
And I did call the war cry at this point.
Could they both get into that, or are you just hoping one of them gets in?
Well, I mean, I need to roll a 9 with the guys on the right. With the Ed Bashers.
Yeah, so he's hoping one gets in.
Yeah, and if they both make it, then I can clip with the left corner of the.
I just wanted because the
we
pendulum
looked
is farther forward.
There's just barely enough room.
Oh, okay.
The pendulum looks farther forward, but it's actually the base.
Oh, I see.
Is what's making it look further forward.
No.
And these guys, the Boar Riders, are charging. You can see the charge on the bottom left. The Boar Riders are charging into the flank of the pendulum.
Okay.
Because if I charge in the flank, he's only got 3 guys that are going to be fighting. Actually, because of the building, I've only got 2 of his fighting me, and he can't kill me with that. And I'll have a charge, a flank,
right,
and will probably be able to stand against his 3 ranks and a banner,
right,
and keep him tied up there. Is what I'm looking for. And that's a very short charge for a movement 8 unit. But they rolled a 1, 2 1s, and a 2.
Okay.
And failed me. So that's going to...
It was too stinky for them.
And that's going to leave it. And I got mad and smashed them and broke a guy.
Oh, is that what that was?
That's what that is right there, apparently.
That's not them freaking out because they were charging this big thing?
Yeah, I actually reached out and broke one. Intentionally, no. So over here... Now I've got to compensate because now I've got this unit that can do stuff. The disciples could have come forward and hit me in the flank and rolled me up.
Right.
So I can't have that. So I went to the conga line Wolf Rider unit formation. What I'm hoping is he's in my front with the disciples, So I'm hoping he hits. He has to hit me, wrap around. By going conga line, I reduce the number of attacks he has, and I'm hoping to leave one alive. So he has to chase me, or test to restrain, not to chase me.
Right.
And he's out of the general's leadership, so
Right.
a maximized die roll on.
The cheese moves are supposed to be for the Vermin Swarm.
Well, it's the cheese bait against them.
Yeah.
The boar riders came forward up here on the top
Uh-huh.
to get back into the game.
And try to intimidate people.
And if nothing else, I mean, if they get into the rear of that unit, that's fine.
Yeah.
Of that plague, whatever, furnace,
Mm-hmm.
plague pendulum.
Oh.
Moving on. And there's my mage. Come back here. There we go. And, of course, both units of orcs made it. And the spider, of course, and the other thing made it.
Mm-hmm.
Nasher. There we go. And I'm, like I said, that's where I lined up. I'm just on his corner here. I lined up that way. They both, back at the original one, he had his unit of slaves here.
Right.
And this unit charged the slaves.
Oh, okay.
And I should have left it alone because they stood.
Mm-hmm.
But then the Iron Orcs charged the slaves too, because the slaves were like right here. And had he held both these units, if they both got into the slaves, crush it, and each one rolls into one of these units.
Right.
Was what I was looking for originally.
Mm-hmm.
But he elected to run from the Iron Orcs, which pushed him straight off the board.
Okay.
But it's the better for
So
him. I
you're
believe it was
not
the better
touching
choice.
the pendulum.
So I'm not touching the pendulum.
Okay.
I'm barely off of the pendulum.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's hard to see from that corner
Yeah.
right there. But in addition, then I start casting, and I manage to get off the Bring the Pain spell.
Yeah, it actually looks like he can't even cinch up if he tries to charge you.
He cannot.
Yeah.
He cannot charge me in the flank with that.
I mean, even in the front.
He's just off my front.
Yeah, yeah.
So I bring the pain off on the Abomination because I really need it to go.
Mm-hmm.
Put the Evil Eye movement on the Boar Boys since they apparently can't charge. I did get a Raven's Wing off on the Wolf Riders, who just moved over an inch and back an inch and killed a couple of the Plague Disciples. Maybe one.
2, it looks like.
Or 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shooting up there, I shot up with my crossbows and artillery. Managed to plink off a couple more wounds on the Vermin Hulk, the big unit.
Oh, because they're on the hill.
The one on the ground.
Oh,
The crossbows can shoot through the spider because if you're on a hill, you ignore all models on the ground.
Yeah.
So they were able to thump them again. There we go. And put, you can see there's 2 more wounds on them. The artillery's still firing at the guys on the hill, and I think I put 2 wounds on that unit as well. But
Okay.
with the get launchers. Other than that, you can see my other hopper coming out here, the Cave Masher coming out the middle of the field.
See if he can get gunned down.
Yes. So we go through this fight. He had 4 wounds on him at some point before we finished the turn. They crushed him. They killed him. He did manage to kill him. He directed his attacks at my Cave Nasher and crushed it.
Oh, interesting.
Wiped it out. Well, he's only got strength 5 attacks going against strength 6, tough 6. So he elected to go kill something rather than damage something.
Can't remember if you decide.
No, wait a minute. He's strength 6.
He's strength 6.
And he needed 4s to hit me, 4s to wound against the spider. So he put him against the other one.
Yeah.
Going to kill him. So you can see there they killed him. That's the lone Iron Orc, just a casualty just floating out there.
Just hanging out, showing off his axe.
Getting in the way. He's hoping to play chaff.
My golden axe.
Yeah. The problem I have, of course, like I said, with the boars not making it in where I wanted them, in the flank of that plague pendulum, not only made me use my Wolf Riders as chaff, but it also, the plague pendulum's free to come
I was going to say,
forward.
now it looks like it has, where it didn't have anything before, it looks like it's got a charge now, yeah?
It definitely has the spider.
Okay.
It can go the spider, and it can probably come out. It's a longer charge, but it could probably come out at the boar boys, which pulls him out of the fight, which he won't do, but
Yeah.
he definitely has the spider now.
Mm-hmm.
And there you can see it's pretty,
Yeah, it's a better view of it. Okay.
yeah, it's a much better view of where everything
Yeah,
is and
yeah.
how I wasn't, anyway. So we have that, and that's that. And there you can see the couple wounds on that unit in the back. Another overhead picture for some reason. And he came forward and fought my spider.
Makes it in.
I had to wheel into him to
because the building's in the way
complete
for
it.
him to.
Yep, he couldn't wheel any further. And on the other side, both his units of Vermin Hulk came in.
Okay.
The guys on the right, the Ninja Hulks, were just barely an arc. One, two, three, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd gone down to 5 wide. You can see I'm only 5 wide.
Yeah.
This guy hanging out here is actually on a 4-man base.
Oh, okay.
So he's back here.
Okay.
Not where he looks.
So
There's a hole right
he's
here.
clipping the next
He's
spot.
barely, because you can see his trays, this
Yeah,
big
yeah.
movement trays. This corner's clipping this corner.
The downside to having those trays.
Yeah, they look nice
Yeah.
when they're painted. They're not that great at the moment. But these are the Architects of War bases, I
Yeah.
believe. The ones
Basics.
Basics of War.
Yeah.
Got it. And they're really nice when they're painted because they've got like rats on them and things like that. Anyway.
But they're thick.
So he came in and charged me here.
Okay.
And the rattling guns shot away the boar riders.
All right.
He did not want them coming into his rear, so he shot them up. And there they go. And he came in, did only 2 wounds the spider. You can see the spider has munched a bunch of him.
Mm-hmm.
But he makes his stubborn check. Steadfast, I should say. The disciples don't take any damage and killed all 5 of me.
Yeah.
So I delayed him for a turn, but
3.
not quite what I was was hoping for. But he had 5. He had 5 attacks. 5 guys could hit me,
So that's what.
and 3 of them got to put out those plague
Do they
attacks.
have 2 attacks each or 1 attack each?
They have, I believe, it's 1 each with battle focus.
battle
Maybe
focus.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Anyway, but it was enough because
Yeah.
the 3 initiative 10 he actually rolled 3, killed 3 just with his poison
toxic
attacks,
attacks.
toxic attacks at the beginning of the phase, and once he killed 3 there, I knew I was dead.
Yeah.
So there you have that spider, and kind of a blurry mess because people are just getting killed all over. You see a big pile of dead orcs on the right.
I see that.
Iron
Orcs are holding up well.
orcs are holding up well because they're only fighting the
Yes.
vermin, the strength 4 vermin guard.
Yeah.
Which they can. But they do have that guy on top. What's happening, what's doing the wounds is that guy with 7 strength 5 AP 3
Right.
attacks.
Yeah.
He's just carving me up, and I don't want to fight. And I made a mistake because I didn't move my BSB down.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have shifted my BSB down 1, he's in the fight and can start attacking his general.
Right.
And the BSB has the Pan of Protection pension, so I steal his 2-up armor and 4-up ward. Borrow it or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But for whatever reason, I've just got it ingrained that I don't want my BSB fighting and have been keeping him out of the fight. That's a mistake.
You're not used to fighting weaklings.
I'm not used to fighting. Well, this guy scared me with the 7 attacks, but then the more I thought about it, like I said, I'm stealing his saves, so it's a 5-up, 4-up, even if he gets through my toughness 5.
Right.
Which is strength 5. So
Yeah, you should.
he's got to hit me, he's got to wound me, and then between all that, I should be fine, and that gives my attacks back on him. Anyway, that was a mistake I made. Big mistake I made in this game. So there you go. That's the end of that combat. And the orcs, I guess, held for a turn. Yep, looks like they did.
Okay.
The orcs on the right. The iron orcs, of course, are steadfast.
Well, it's all one big fight, right?
It's all one big fight. And you can see the pile of dead bodies in the back.
Yeah. I don't know. You lost a round?
I did lose the round, I thought.
I mean, it cost a lot of guys, but you killed a lot of guys too.
I killed a ton of guys. I think I either lost or it was a push.
Okay.
I'm thinking it might have just been a straight push on that one. We go on to turn 4, which is my turn. The Gnasher wants to go in, but he rolls a total of a 6.
Okay.
And I think he needed a 7 to make it in. Because of the two, he's got 2 Hulks on the left,
Right.
And one on the right. Because the one on the left is already engaged, I was going in and just hitting the one on the right, so he
just
only gets
cornering
3 attacks on me.
Another goofy rule.
I don't have to maximize because he's already fighting.
You have to maximize who's in contact, and says everyone but one guy's in contact.
Correct.
This guy doesn't have to maximize.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hope they change that.
But anyway, I wanted to go in there and bring his
Help
straight
out.
6 attacks, and that would have been fantastic. But he did not want to cooperate.
Like, are you crazy?
So then over here, the Boar Boys have to take 1 for the team, and they become chaff
Okay.
to keep those off the flank of my spider, and then of course rolling down my line.
Yep.
Um,
Well, crossbows might help you out.
Crossbows, I have my crossbows, and that's really one of my only targets.
Mm-hmm.
Got that. And the mage, of course, comes back and hides behind the spider.
Mhm.
He lights it there because guys can't shoot at him. So, between the crossbows shot and killed 2 or 3 of them.
Oh, really? That's bad luck.
It was not. And then, the actually, there's some of them are not in arc.
Okay.
If you look back at this picture, it looks like a ton of them in arc, but at some point, I was looking at this and that hill got bumped. I'm actually facing more to the right.
Okay.
Right there, they're all in arc.
Mhm.
But I was like, they weren't facing like that at the beginning of the game, so something bumped this hill at some point.
Mhm.
So when I turned them back, I only had still a lot. It was still like 14, but they shot and they killed a couple, and then
So somebody caught you cheating and said you moved the hill.
no, he actually was like, I was like, I've got to move this hill because there's more in arc there should be, and he's like, no, I think that's where it was. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it wasn't. He was arguing against himself. So anyway, so they did that, and then the Raven's Wing, though, went through and I think killed 4 with the Raven's Wing.
Okay.
With the Boar Boys rolling over it. It went nuts. And, of course...
You could have probably risked the flank charge with what was left.
What's that? Here?
Yeah.
Risk of... letting them go?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, but as it is, I can maybe even deal with them.
Mhm.
Who knows? So we got that. Oh, the two Get launchers both picked off the 2 war machines.
Okay.
For whatever reason, I don't think I could see these guys on the left.
Didn't make his words.
But one of them was out.
Mm-hmm.
The other one failed 2 wards. And
Oh, okay.
because I thumped the other one. The one that was actually in, I think I hit him, caused 4 wounds on him.
Oh, okay.
The other one I did 2 just enough, but he was out of arc.
Mm.
Anyway, out of the 3-inch saving bubble. So we go through another round of combat, and the Rat Ogres just go insanely nuts.
Yeah.
And his big guy just starts carving up my Iron Orcs and killed 6. But it's just death all over there. The Iron Orcs are going to hold, but there you go. You can see I've killed I don't know, 8 or 10, but it's nowhere near what he's done.
It's like 9.
Who? He did 9?
It looks like he lost 9.
There's 6 Iron Orcs dead. And
No, what you killed him.
Yeah, he did 6, and 5. Yeah, 17 there.
Yeah.
It's just ugly. So anyway, he wins that fight and overruns with the Vermin Hulks and
Reforms with
the
Shadow
other
Hulks.
guys, Shadow Hulks, to be in my Iron Orcs flank.
Mm-hmm.
And there you got that. And for some reason, I can't remember why I did this. Why did I go down to 4 wide? I ended up going down to 4 wide here because I was going to be... because I've been smashing him. And I finally figured out that my BSB should be fighting, and I'm not... but I'm still not sure why I went to 4 instead of 5. Anyway.
You wanted an extra... No? You're fighting anyway.
They're still fighting in 3 ranks, so
Yeah.
it's not losing anything. I'm just not sure why I switched it. Anyway, the fight with the spider continues. Now I've got 5 wounds on me. But you can see it's chewing through the little guys. I haven't been able to wound the wagon, but I've been able to kill a lot of the little guys.
How would you legally go down to 5?
One was not touching.
You're 4 and he's 5 wide?
For whatever reason. I don't remember. Yeah. Because of the original multi-charge, I think there was only 4 of me ever in combat.
Oh, okay.
Is what I think.
Oh, did you
happened.
reform so he no?
I don't remember why I went 4.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Now, looking at it now, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was something there. So you have that. Unfortunately, that happened in my turn. So
Right.
now both the units of Thunderhulks are free to
Looks like
roam.
he's been putting some wounds on your spider too.
Yeah, I said the spider's up to 5 wounds on him now. And it's the grinding attacks from that big
Yeah,
wagon.
I'm sure it is.
And even those need 5s to wound me, but
Yeah.
they're still getting through.
They hit automatically, so makes a big difference.
The rat ogre, I mean the Thunderhulks, not the Thunderhulks, the Vermin Hulks, charge into my fleeing unit. It doesn't go very far, and they catch it and kill it and make their check and reform, which is really unfortunate
Yeah.
with that high leadership of the Vermin. The 4 plague disciples come charging into my 6 war boys. And this is the bad news.
Yeah. Only if you're an Iron Orc.
The Ninja Hulks come charging into my flank. And that's where you got that. Ensuing combat, he kills 3 of me. I kill whatever it was.
2?
I think 2 of him.
Or 3. No, 3. He had 4, I think.
Okay. But I end up holding and reform back to this way so I can get the 3rd. The only reason the guy's in the back because he can also attack.
Right.
It's an extra attack on the guy. The plague pendulum kills off my spider, which is unfortunate.
If you're a mage, it is.
If you're a mage sitting there, but he makes his leadership check on a 5 and sticks around. He's not afraid. Probably should be. Reforms this way so he can in the flank of the Iron Orcs.
Also enough guys that could reform.
Yeah. And the Iron Orcs got killed and ran, and he elected to chase me towards the building with both units. So the Thunder Hulks ran and stopped an inch away from the Vermin Guard. I mean, the plague guys or whatever they are. And the other unit in the back is
He killed your
facing the
BSB?
side. He killed my BSB. Or no, he did not kill my BSB. I failed my stubborn check twice.
Oh, okay.
Is what happened. So now, and the BSB, and my BSB when I finally got him into the fight, the first round of his fighting, he puts 2 wounds on his General Tyrant. So this unit he has now up here in the top, this one here, the Vermin Guard.
Tyrant and 1 guy?
They have a Tyrant, a 1 guy, and his BSB, who's been forced up out of the back rank.
Yeah.
So, and 2 wounds on the Tyrant. So, there you have that.
But he kept him out of trouble.
What's that?
He kept him out of trouble by running that way.
By hiding behind everything.
Yeah.
Correct.
Still shoot him off. But.
So I can still shoot him off. So, there we have that. My turn, the orcs on the hill, crossbow orcs have reformed to get ranks, so now they have a rank bonus, and they'll lose a few attacks, and then they turn to face the Vermin Hulks here in the field.
You're a musician?
I do have a musician.
Okay.
But I'm going to need 6s to hit.
Yeah.
But it's better than nothing.
Better than nothing.
And the mage has somehow thought it was a good idea to hide behind them.
Yeah.
Looking at that now, that looks like a very bad idea.
It would seem so.
For some reason at the time, I thought it was a good idea.
Guess you're hoping you'll be steadfast.
I'm not sure what I was hoping. Anyway, Steadfast 7, that's going to go a long way against fear causers. Because I think they cause fear. Maybe not. Anyway, so there's what we have for my movement. Let's see if you can see. There we go. So
So that's between magic and shooting.
So between crossbows, he had 8 wounds total. I mean, sorry, he had 7 wounds total in this unit. The crossbows turned around, did a couple. The get launcher on the right hits him and knocked him down to 1 guy. This get launcher elects not to shoot at him because it's got a gap through those 2 units.
Yep.
You can see that. He's got a gap through those 2 units into this. And with his hits, he got 3 hits, killed off the tyrant, killed the unit, the last remaining guy in the unit, and put a wound on his BSB.
Okay.
So, fantastic shot from the get launcher. A little late, but still a really good shot. Really.
Sorry. So who did you target?
I target this unit back here, this one.
You target his unit.
There was the tyrant with 1 wound left, a BSB with full wounds, and the 1 guy in the unit. And I got 3 hits, so I put 1 on each.
Okay.
And they all 3 wounded, killed the tyrant, killed the unit, and then put a wound on the BSB. One of the better shots I've had with those things.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that and my boar riders killed off the last disciple.
Losing 1 in the process.
I lost 1 more. And that's where we have it.
But they are a scoring unit.
They were a scoring unit. And the boar boys still are.
Yeah.
So going into that now, and I've also, to try to help the guys on the hill, the crossbow orcs, I've reduced the movement on that Vermin Hulk by 1. Hopefully that'll slow him down a little bit.
Yeah.
But I can stand and shoot. He's only got 3 wounds, so of course I'm going to need 5s to hit him at that, but still there. Now we go to the bottom of turn 5, and he decides he's not going to come at me because he is also a scoring unit. So he makes his march test, hides over here in the woods, which incidentally puts him inside 12 inches of both my war machines, the get launchers. So neither one can fire at him. He got a spell off. What did he get off? He got something off that put a few wounds on my orcs on the hill.
Okay.
Wonder what it would have been. Can't imagine. Oh, the guy on the hill. He's got the vermin, the default spell for the Vermin Swarm.
Okay.
Or a breath. Maybe it was the breath. I think it was his breath weapon. He cast the breath weapon spell, got that off, and killed a few.
Okay.
So there you have that, and went and hid there. So we still got the scoring here and scoring here. No one's claiming. Well, he's now claiming this one.
Right.
And I have none. And this is going to be in the top of the 6th turn. There you have it. You can see the one up top. He does not. Now, the problem again, one of the problems he has is he does not have a musician with the Thunder Hulks.
Oh.
But you can see right there, he can wheel into it.
Yeah.
If he can march, he can go wheel and make it to it.
Yeah.
6-inch move's not going to do it, but whatever. The double march move definitely will. So we go into turn 6. I need to keep this unit tied up. So I charge the board boys into the flank. Again, I'm fighting 4 guys.
Yeah.
With 1 attack each and battle focus. So hopefully I can hold up to that. And I can't get within 12 of him. I mean, within 8 to march block him. So I send out my Nasher hero up here in the middle of the field. These guys are frenzied. And his general is dead. So he's got to make the re-rollable minimized because his BSB is still hiding back here behind the building.
Right. Oh, okay.
His BSB ran and hid back here.
Okay.
I think that's part of him right there, poking up. He does have to make the frenzy check not to charge me.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to draw him away from the token.
And hoping you can shoot this other guy down.
And hoping I can do something to get rid of him. Or do something to challenge it or whatever. So the orcs on the hill, they don't have the move. They did not have the movement to make it there. You know, because a 12-inch move from that point does not get them within range of it.
So your ravens wing them?
So I ravens winged them.
Okay.
To get them right there within 6. I also put I put random movement on this guy. 2d6, 3d. Actually, I did the 3d6 random movement, so that he
Go through your war
he
machine.
may go through. He kill the war machine and go whatever or whatever to pull him off. You know, this marker is what I'm hoping as well. Got that, and you see the 3 Vermin Hulks in the center of the Thunder Hulks there in the center. That's a total. They again have 7 wounds total on them. There's 2 wounds on the guy in the back.
Okay.
I can't shoot at this thing, but I can't shoot at this one. But both of these, the Git launchers, fire at here and put 6 wounds on him, leaving with a single wound. And there you go. That's one of them fired and knocked him down. Oh, that's it. They both fired. They've knocked him down to 1 guy with 1 wound left.
Okay.
And the crossbows needing 6s to hit because actually 7s to hit because they moved in long range.
Right.
Rolled a 5 to wound and killed the last guy.
Okay.
And the unit disappears off the center of the board. So saved everything. The 2 boar riders came into the flank, managed to put enough wounds on him and not take any back so that they stood. But the plague pendulum, of course, turns to face him.
Right.
For turn 6. And on his turn 6, he comes into the war machine with his random movement, puts 3 wounds on it. It breaks. Because of that, I roll a break test on the crossbow orcs. They flee off the table.
Okay.
They did, and they fled through my mage, which I conveniently put behind them.
That's a good place for
But he rolled his leadership, and he did stay. His
Okay.
discipline check. So because of that failed save it's a 7, so it's
Right.
like a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
But had they stood, then that objective is challenged, and he doesn't get the objective.
Right.
But because of that, they did flee, and he sit there in sole possession of that. Over here, of course, they killed off my 2 remaining
Right.
boar riders, and this BSB comes wandering out from behind the building.
Just because he can.
Because he's brave. He left his wound marker back here,
Yeah.
you can see, But he's a big, brave man now that there's no one to hurt him. Or no one has, because there is someone to hurt him. Because he has no time to hurt him, I should say. So that's where it ended up on bottom of 6. Added it all up. He came up with a 786 point advantage. But he did get the objective, so that 8 to 12 bounces to a 5-15 in his favor.
Okay.
Not good. So, I don't know if you've been noticing, but I haven't been doing a lot of winning with this army list.
Yeah. Not totally surprised.
So, we got that going for us.
Well, the good news is you've got, 6 more games with it?
I do. That's it.
Maybe you can turn it around.
Maybe I can turn it around in those 6 games. That's a good thought. I like that.
Or not.
Or not. Anyway, that's going to do it. Thanks for listening.
Till next time.